Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Osayaba and this is Showcase Africa, the channel that showcases Africa through one major main lens, fashion, but around that we have other discussions. Today in this video we're going to continue the series on Ashoke. If I have the vintage, I have Ashoke through the years. So this is the 6th of the series. So in this particular one, let's talk a little bit about how Ashoke was used by maybe my mother, my grandmother. My grandmother particularly, in her generation, Ashoke was a very traditional type outfit. That means it was a wrap. The wrap, the bottom wrap, the top, which is the ipele, and then the gele. Even at that time, the top was not made out of Ashoke. They used a different fabric. That's how kind of sacred fabric was to those of those generation. They didn't believe that a good fabric had to be cut up, and styled in the way we look at it today. So let's talk today about the changing of the way we wore Ashoke from the past to the contemporary way. So come along. In the 1980s, my sister called me and said, here is this wonderful designer doing something different with Ashoke. And I was like, really? So we went Lagos and I said, please, let me take my measurement. I want this outfit from her. This designer did something very unique. He took Ashoke and combined it with Ankara. So you're looking at it, so it ended up being a 3-piece. This is the top, the Ashoke top. Look at how she styled it. Look at the arrangement of those strips of Ashoke. Wow, something my grandmother would have frowned on, like you are messing up cloth. Okay, my friends and I, my age group, we laugh about that all the time, how sacred cloth was and you couldn't mess it up. But now let me model this for you. So come along. So here, the 3-piece I just spoke about. So let me do this first. I want to show you what the jacket really looks like. The jacket, this is the back, and of course this is the front. It doesn't fit me anymore. That's why I'm not wearing it, to showcase it. But here, so when you think about the strips of Ashoke, because you still see the lines, this still came in strips. And you can imagine how this designer put the strips together and and then cut out the pattern, the way this was put together. Look at the sleeve. Look at how the sleeve is, and the sleeve also. Both sides, identical. Look at it. Look at the preciseness of how she put this together. So let me drop this and then show you the skirt. You see the detailing there with the Ashoke, Ashoke with the design. And remember I told you when the glittering thread started coming into fashion for Ashoke. Look at some of my other videos. Remember, this is part 6. So you have 5 others to look at to just see the evolution of Ashoke. Now look at this, the skirt, the strips put together before the detailing. And now look at this. I still wear this top today. I wear it on other pairs of maybe pants or skirts. So when you look at it, look at the back. People still ask me today who designed this for me anytime I wear. Look at the preciseness. She used the lamp, moved like a candle. Look at it on both sides. so precise. So this was when designers were starting to come out. This is from Nigeria. I mean, designers who looked at fabric and understood the layout of a fabric. So I have more to show you as we come into this contemporary wear of ashoke. As we were tippy-toeing into using ashoke a bit differently from the traditional way, in 2000, my father, blessed memory, passed. And we decided to make this jacket out of ashoke. My siblings, the daughters, 5 daughters, 4 sons, decided that for the funeral, we were going to wear this jacket with some traditional brocade with embroidery. And I'll post the picture for you to see. So again, ashoke was moving out of the traditional, but also look at this pattern, because I will show you another ashoke, one more traditionally for the Thanksgiving this same year, but a different color. So come on, let me model this for you. Even though this has been so many years ago, I still wear it. I can wear it with this 2-piece to work. I have another picture, probably a short video of how I wear this ashoke. So it's versatile, and I keep telling designers now, make some of this traditional outfit a bit more versatile so it can be more global, worn globally. We need to make African fashion mainstream while we still keep the traditional styling of the ashoke and other fabrics. So here. Continuing our discussion about the traditional way ashoke was worn versus the more contemporary way ashoke is now worn. Remember, in the traditional way, it was either the 3-piece or the 4-piece. For a long time, if you go back and look at my videos about the vintage ashoke, my grandmother only had the 3 pieces. And then she had a different fabric for the top. That went on for a while. Then fashion came into having 4 pieces. That means with the top, the ashoke woven with the top. Well, now, in more contemporary times, we're doing what maybe our grandmothers would have called the forbidden. The ashoke means cloth of high value. So kind of cutting it up into all these different styles. I'm sure to our ancestors, generations past, that was like a sacrilege. But here we are today. So let me model what I have today with this ashoke, accenting a fabric, polyester, a softer type of polyester. So come on. So here it is, the outfit, the full length, and the ashoke piece as an accent just in the middle. And even there's some rhinestone also on this particular piece, but not on the head piece. So ashoke now moved from very traditional to more contemporary. This outfit is from last year, so quite contemporary. When I say last year, 2024. Now, when I told you the ashoke cloth of value, but some will also tell you ashoke that name means in Yoruba people who were in the highland, where kind of interior highland, where they will the hand weaving was done in the traditional look. Some also give value to the time and effort put into that weaving on the traditional loom rather than just something you do in a print, in a machine for to get many yards at less time. So that's why we call the ashoke. But however, is looked at, there are different grades of ashoke now, depending on the thread you use, the pattern on it. But this is a very simple straight pattern, and used, when I ordered this, I just wanted it in front and in a boo-boo-like fabric. And I've done a video before about how this boo-boo looks. There's a tie inside to make it fit. You can also not tie it up where it will just be down like your regular boo-boo. So here, contemporary use of the ashoke. Here's another ashoke combination. This fabric right here looks like batik, but it's a print. And so here's another current way, contemporary way of adding ashoke to an outfit. Let me bring it close, the ashoke close. This is a design with the overlay thread and also the holes. So let's model this, come along. And this is the full length of the ashoke combination with this batik print or wax, or some people will even call it Ankara. However, it's not the handmade batik. And I think the designer said she wanted the ashoke to pop. So while picking a color here, this is a bit stronger in hue, intensity than this right here, but she wanted it to pop. So here's another ashoke. Now, this is the scarf. I'm using this to an event next month, I've decided. Instead of using it for a scarf, I'm just going to use it for a shawl because it will be in a conference place and some of those rooms can be cold with the air condition. So I just decided, I think I would take this. This scarf is large enough for it to also be a shawl. So let's look at the back. There's none, just a little bit around the neck back here. So. Hello, still talking about the ashoke and how it has moved from traditional to using it as some kind of combination. And in this video, I will show you some of the traditional ways it was worn with a 4-piece, 3-piece. This is just to remind you as we are moving through the video. Now, this is a relaxing agbada or bubu of kaftan. While I'm reading the Purple Hibiscus right now by Chinamanda Adichie. So here I want to model this for you, but here's the ashoke up close. Okay, come on. And here is the bubu, agbada, kaftan, the full length. But our interest right now in this video is the ashoke combination at the neck right here and the pockets right here. Now this young lady, I bought a lot of bubus from maybe about 4 or 5, and I have modeled her bubus in another video, but also there's a video about her and where she does her work in Lagos in the open marketplace. Relaxing, reading, Purple Hibiscus by Adichie. This is another ashoke outfit I just got recently. This particular ashoke has 2 different types in terms of colors. But first, let me tell you why I have all this here. For me, the combination works. Here, the necklace, amber, and I have another video that talks about the amber. Look at it with these colors. And here, the batik I also got, and look at how these colors work with this. Wonderful. I'll talk about it more when I model it. But let me come up close to show you the ashoke. Almost the same type pattern. You see the long strip here for both. If you look at the pocket, just look at this pattern and also look at this pattern. So these two put together, even though they are different colors, but their patterns are similar. And I want to model this to you in the full length and also open up this batik. So come along. And here's the full length right here of the outfit. You see the pockets on the alternate. I mean, this fabric here and this fabric here. I'm not sure. It escapes me right now how to describe that. And here is the necklace, the amber. There's a video that talks about African amber and of course more African type jewelry. But I thought this goes so well with the color. And here's what I told you about. The batik. I didn't buy this at the same time. I bought this a few weeks ago. I bought this in Abeokuta. If you look at the batik, then I put them together. I said, oh my God, these colors. I could make a pair of trousers or pants from this or a skirt and also have my gele to go with it. At this age, I can be as dramatic as I want to be. Batik. Both authentic fabric from Africa, particularly the Yorubas of Nigeria. And here's another outfit with the ashoke accenting the fabric. And this fabric is batik from Abeokuta in Nigeria. So I want to show you what I'm talking about. Actually, the mixture of these two, the most authentic for African fabric, because these two types of fabrics, they are made by the Yorubas of Nigeria. So here is the ashoke with the thread overlay. And of course, the batik, the design and the color. So let me model this in full length. Come along. And here, the two-piece, the entire fabric, outfit, I mean. So look at how the ashoke is used to accent the sleeves right here in front. And I love this two-piece. If you look at the pants, it has the pocket and it has a kind of band right here. You can wear an orange color inside or white, but I used gray at this time. And I will definitely always use the different colors that are in the batik. So let me turn the back. Look at the batik. But here, the ashoke is what we're talking about in this video. How the ashoke has moved from 4 pieces, 3 pieces, usage and styling to accenting other fabric. This will make it definitely more versatile. The younger generation will use it more, and people globally, it will be used more rather than in just the 4 or 3 piece traditional wear. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for staying until the end of this video. Just showing again the evolution of this particular type of fabric, ashoke, from just the traditional wrapper to now it's being cut up to all types of styles and used for other items like bags and home decoration, etc. If you like this video, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And I definitely hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.